everybody, welcome back to WGLNA Season 3 Qualifier number 2 for the Gold League. The league where we give you more than just gold. We give you real American money, which is not worth that much anymore. Sad face.
It's doing all right.
It's doing okay.
It's doing okay. It's not that bad.
So much I could say.
I mean, it's not like we, you know, put it on the walls or something.
We put it on Wall Street.
Well, it's not like we paved the streets with it. It's so worthless.
Yeah, yeah. I want to remind everybody about the Open League. The Open League registration began on December 3rd. Rosters must be submitted for approval by December 15th. That's at the end of this week. Qualifier rounds begin Monday, December 16th at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For the Open League Winter 2014, rounds will occur every Monday and Friday. Again, every Monday and Friday, 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. beginning December 30th. That's Pacific Time. So if Friday night's usually your date night and you're on the East Coast, well, you might not get over with till 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's okay. What better way to spend a date than to play World of Tanks? Other than Gold League qualifiers, which is what you're watching right now, the only way into Gold League is to work your way up from Open League through Bronze and Silver. Go to worldoftanks.com, click on Tournaments, and click on the Tournaments tab next to News. Then scroll down to the Open Qualifiers and click to participate. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for battle number 4. Match number 4, excuse me. Simplistic versus Wreak Havok. Jump into the game.
Taking a look at these tanks, Clutch. We have two 5100s, two T69s, and a 1390 for the side of Simplistic. On the other side, Wreak Havok will have a 5100, two T69s, and two 1390s. Going for mobility on the side of Wreak Havok.
That's right. That mobility. There's three values. There's three characteristics of tanks: mobility, firepower, armor.
Yes.
And it's sometimes a rock paper scissors, but it's deeper than that. It's a rock paper scissors shotgun bomb, oil slick, all sorts of things you can bring. But I'm looking forward to this matchup because I respect both these teams here. Also, Waffles, one of the coolest guys I have ever met in my entire life. And he will be the T1.
And he is pro T1. That's what he does, man.
That's right.
He's a T1 driver. And now squaring off in the middle, Megarth connects to Thybane, taking down to 866. First shot. He's a connection advantage now for Simplistic. Thybane tries to pull out. Megarth goes up for another shot. Does not connect. Oh, a shot onto Megarth will actually connect from where? From
I think it came from far away from the other side, but I couldn't tell where it came from.
Skill actually takes that one, firing all the way in the back of the T69. He had a wonderful shot right down the mid. If Call Me Sarge does spot that T69 again, I forgot about this position. I completely forgot. Already takes skill, able to use this. T69 though, it's a solid tank to use. Heat shells at range, very effective.
Yeah, it is sufficient.
Well, heat shells don't lose penetration at range. They the shape charge just when it connects, same
boom. That's right.
250 heat pen right there instead of the fall off.
Knowledge bombs dropping here from Randall. Be prepared, folks. Schooly, the 5100 and Prime Moose, they're hanging way back here. Across the way in the path side for that 6-7 line. They're not going to see anything yet because nothing's pushing on that side. It looks like most of Wreak Havok is on the west.
Yeah, southwest. And they're actually on the low road mostly, the southwest. Very unusual. We've almost I don't think I've ever seen a team that played in WGLNA take up this position, a position quite like this. Usually they go on the plateau up higher above where you see Simon right now, to where I guess where Too Good is, where he is actually looking down, having the high ground advantage. But maybe it's a kind of trap, just trying to, meta it a little.
It's a trap. Schooling the 5100 and Prime Moose, hanging back and forth. Art of War and the T1 along with the 1390. Whiskey Dodd is just cruising along there. They're not engaging anyone yet.
But Dodd might be able to find Tevix in the T1. Tevix is in a bush in the very back of Cap, just chilling out there. He will spot out that T1. Art of War again. Art of War has there's a few positions this T1 can be that Art of War can guess. Maybe we might see some blind fire. Whiskey could try to close the distance, just go straight into base, find the T1, kill it, and get out. That's risky, especially if there are tanks covering Tevix from the west side. But as we can see on the mini-map now, Wreak Havok is pushing up. They are all the way in about G2 now. Call Me Sarge is actually going to leave. He was covering Tevix in the T1, abandoning him now. Now they found Waffles.
Ooh, Waffles, run, buddy! And he can't run fast enough. Already takes skill, gets the kill against him. First to fall is Waffles in the T1, but Art of War is in the other T1 with Whiskey Dot, and they're going to be pushing up against the flag.
Yeah, Whiskey Dot comes out in the open, gets spotted, backs off, expecting some kind of cover fire, because Tevix is still here. T1 hasn't moved. And they might try and sack Art of War. Maybe. Yeah, Art of War just going straight for it. Right across. This could just be a T1 for T1 trade. Not a huge advantage to be gained here. But because Waffles is down, it could be worth it to try and get some kind of T1. And now, as we can see, Wreak Havok is returning to base. Art of War went past the cap, and he's going to actually try and get to some cover. Yeah, cover from the west. Nice. Well played. Actually,
yeah, that was a fake, if you will. Say, hey, we're going to be on your flag for a second. That will pull back the players from Wreak Havok, at least from the west, which could allow the rest of Simplistic to move to the south.
It's really hard to get a T1 in that position as well. Getting a T1 to where Art of War is right now, just huge, because he can't be shot at from the west, which is the only real angle that you have for Wreak Havok to fire back at their cap. I mean, they have no one in the Abbey, no middle control. They've only got west side control right now.
Whiskey Dodd moving up to the north, back to the flag cap. Looks like they will be just turning over to the west. Getting close to that 5-minute reset mark between the two teams, which we've seen multiple times here in World of Tanks eSports. And as Whiskey Dodd does turn the corner, he's going to see two of his teammates, Schooly and Primus, in the 5100s. They're hanging back, not doing really anything.
And looks like Too Good is now on the plateau in the north, along with Call Me Sarge and Thybane. They might just be moving 1390s up to try and get a T1 in place. Then they might leave, go back south. I don't know what Wreak Havok's got really in store. Their strategies are really fluid in this, in that they just seem to be going wherever driving takes them, wherever the tank takes them, instead of wherever. I don't know. I just don't see an intention or a goal here.
Prime Moose and Whiskey Dodd up to the north side. And Call Me Sarge in that 1390 is spotted. Whiskey Dodd's the closest to him. I'm not sure if he can land a shot, though. He will be moving up and putting his turret in that direction. Nothing hit yet. Whiskey Dodd's going to move back and forth between the rocks. 4 minutes and 30 seconds now left.
Schooly gets spotted, and so does Primus again. Whiskey Dodd spotted again. 3 tanks spotted now on the side of Simplistic. Nothing spotted on the side of Wreak Havok. They've got this bush cover advantage. Really working for him. And Call Me Sarge chilling back. Well, Thybane is the one getting most of this spotting. He does have optics on his 1390. Very important to have optics on a 1390. Just need that vision. That vision advantage combined with the fact that you're a light tank. I mean, light tanks moving, sitting still, have the same camo. It's only when you start shooting that you start seeing a difference there.
Whiskey down the 1390. Again, moving back and forth.
T69 Smokey has... Oh, wait, that's not Smokey. That is... Artie takes skill. Finds the T1, scares Art of War out, but Syamore is actually able to take him down.
T1's going down for Simplistic, losing the eyes and ears. In the west, you got that try push, at least that try position for those. One heavy, one light, and one medium going that way. And the rest of them are either by the flag. So both these teams are not doing a full commitment on either side here, just filling each other out. I think this might go to a draw on Abbey.
Very, very well could. I mean, these guys really polarize themselves to the east and the west. We see this on a few maps where they'll pick a lane that's meant to have, multiple tanks, 7 even, the size of a full 742 team fighting on it. And they can very easily find themselves unable to approach with any advantage. Now, you have Wreak Havok trying to do it because they've actually moved tanks now into the Abbey. And because they've now finally moved a few tanks into the Abbey, Artie takes skill, Syamore and a T69 Smokey will be in the Abbey, and they go spot Megarth. Megarth could be in trouble here under crossfire of Call Me Sarge and these 2 mediums and a heavy. As they move in, Artie takes skill, just destroying all the cover to try and make the approach. Megarth lining up a shot, does make a connection, 11:05 out of 1350. And Bryant is also here, 2 T69s. That's a little bit unexpected.
Whiskey Dodd's in a great place, so stopping the 5100 from pushing up against Bryant and McGirth. Whiskey Dodd's going to fall back a bit in the 1390, and he's going to try to go through another approach. I wish he would have stayed in that area because it could have kept his teammates alive a little bit longer. Bryant falls to Call Me Sarge, and now McGirth falls back in the T69. 2 minutes and 13 seconds, and Wreak Havok is at the advantage. Whiskey Dog firing away at Syamore. Syamore is able to get 2 more hits in a Whiskey Dog. Whiskey missed against Syamore, one of the shots, and now he's going to pull back.
trying to pull back even. Armor got a beautiful shot.
Does
Whiskey even
89 damage to himself trying to get out of there.
Not the coolest driving right there from Whiskey Dodd. T69s, though, already takes skill, are able to put connections onto Primus. Call Me Sarge is moving in, and he looks to be going for the kill. He has the opportunity, but he backs off. Looks to be afraid of any kind of punishment from Schoolie.
Well, 1 minute and 36 seconds. If they want the win, they got 4 tanks they need to kill. And 3 of them are super low in HP compared to the overall HP pool. Whiskey Dodd and McGirth are at less than a quarter health. McGirth falls to already take skill. Whiskey Dodd is still on the run. He's going to be hiding away from the rest of the red team. Wreak Havok. Wreak Havok, 1 falls, too good, to Schoolie in the 5100. Whiskey Dodd's going to be up against the wall here. Call Me Sarge takes down Primus in the 5100. It's just 2 left alive. 1 that's actually in the firefight. That's Schoolie. And 1 minute and 2 seconds left. The red team's going to have to go for the flag cap now.
Schoolie is now finally spotted out. Sarm coming in to try and begin that engagement. Schoolie does not have the elevation as he puts himself on some bad ground. He will go down, almost putting out no damage. But 46 seconds left. Cap is down to 19. Is Whiskey Dodd going to be able to come back to stop the cap?
No, he's too far away with 13 seconds left. He'll not even get to the top of this road to get the shot off. This is going to be a win for Wreak Havok. A nice play by them, a calculated play to get that isolation from both the tanks, and that is going to be a battle 1 victory for the red team against Simplistic. Wreak Havok takes battle number 1 via flag capture. I'm trying to see where it kind of went wrong for Simplistic, but a lot of it was just in that firefight, especially with Whiskey Dodd getting out of there, and they were able to push in on his 2 teammates. I didn't know how many shots he had in his 1390. If he had no shots, then it made perfect sense why he left. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to tell with that. But if that wasn't the case, he could have landed a couple more shots on those 5100s, and that 15100 that was further back.
It's possible. Whiskey Dodd didn't get to perform very well. He did. I liked when he got in the Abbey. You were talking about that earlier. He could have done a little bit more.
He had to have had more shots because he only fired 4 shots total. He had to have had more.
I'm not sure. I really don't know what he was going for with that. Maybe just trying to preserve his tank. A living 1390 can reload and maybe come back, get more damage out, maybe even 3 more shots. But
possibly. I
mean, you want to get that burst out. That's the whole point of an autoloader. You got to get it out. Unfortunately, though, Primus in the 5100 didn't get even a single shot off.
Wow.
He didn't even get to fire before he went down.
And we talk about that multiple times, ladies and gentlemen. In World of Tanks, eSports, when you lock down the 5100s, you're in a really good place. You're in a really good place. Armor, on the other hand, 2,522 damage, 9 for 9. He pulled his weight and then some. And the next one already takes skill, 10 for 14, 2,042 damage.
Yeah, Wreak Havok really kind of...
They wreaked havoc.
They did wreak havoc, but they really used him as a centerpiece. That 5100, they just had him be there, and they just kind of worked around him. 1390s went to the north for a while. T69s kind of went out to the east a little bit. He kind of stayed in the middle of all that, just getting damage out when he needed to. Very good use with 5100.
Very good use indeed. Very good use indeed. Well, we're going to go ahead and jump into the next game as soon as it's ready. It looks like it's going to be on Ensk. East side push, guys. East side. We get to see that here.
Well, at the very least, I'm expecting to see Whiskey Dodd in a 1390, looking up the 5.6. 5.6 is really important. It's you use it for vision.
1390 or Pershing? Stick with 1390.
Yeah, I think so. Because the thing is, you can run up that line if you can surprise that Pershing, get him to duck his head back for a minute, show up, and just be right next to a Pershing. You can clip him out.
Show up and blow up.
Exactly.
Well, we are going to see an Object 416. I was about to ask, why haven't we seen this tank yet? But it looks like we were going to have it. And we're going to go ahead and jump into battle number 2 on Ensk. It's Simplistic versus Wreak Havok.
Taking a look at these tanks, 2 5100s, 2 IS-3s, and Bryant 21 in the Object 416. Call Me Sarge will also be in a 416, 2 IS-3s, 2 5100s. Identical lineups here.
I'll have to look up what the view range of the 416 is, because I know they keep bringing it.
380? Is that it?
It sounds. I know it's not 400.
Oh no, it's not. I'm not sure almost any Russian tank has 400 meter view range. If there are
400 meters, no, you get closer to the enemy.
Optics on Russian tanks not so good.
It is sufficient.
Although looking at it, if mods are right, Call Me Sarge does have optics on there, whereas Bryant does not. So that spotting advantage, Call Me Sarge going to chill out right behind a bush. looking down that 5-6 line. Does not see. Yes, he does see Bryant.
Yep.
21. Will he put out a shot? Well, Bryant 21 put out a shot. We saw C'est La Vie in IS3s. Actually put blind fire right down this 5-6. 2 connections, 2 solid connections into a 1390. Left him at a 1 shot. It was really well played. I really like seeing that blind fire right at the beginning. They didn't even care. They got spotted. They said, oh, 6th Sense went off. You're just shooting a bush. Kind of almost what Colony Sarge is right now. Although we do have that east side play, Coach.
We do have that east side play. It is a possibility here, but it could be a reset down to the center if they're able to try to bait out the north side of Simplistic. Not going to be the case, though. Simplistic and the blue is going to be more spread out, and they're going to play a little bit more defensive here for the first 2 to 3 minutes. However, we could see some creeping and crawling down the 1 line to get closer to the south. And with a good spread, they have a good spread for map control and map vision. And they're going to continue with that as they move further to the south. And there is one of the tanks spotted on the east. It's got to be one of the T1s, most likely. And
that
Waffles.
is Too Good. Too Good does take some hits, down to 91 hit points. He actually hasn't spotted the other T1 in reply. Where is the Simplistic T1? He's doing a Waffles being a ninja here.
Yep, that's right. Just right behind the building. He fired and then fell back to try to avoid any fire coming further from the south. And now he's going to cruise through the fences and then move on towards the other side.
Oh, but look at this. Megarth leading the charge and a bunch of tanks. IS3 is getting spotted all at once. Tevix is going to go down as they're going to find Psy Armor pretty much alone. Psy Armor does not have a lot of support, and now Wreak Havok has to just run back as quickly as they can to support the 5100 before he gets taken out. But he gets tracked in the open. Psy Armor down to 649. And now shots getting traded elsewhere. Artie takes skill, and Call Me Sarge actually getting some pressure. Psy Armor down to 291. Bryant going to get the finishing shot in just a second. That will be oh, he actually low rolls 13 hit points on Psy Armor.
McGirth trying to shoot through the window here, getting a little bit closer. If he could shoot through walls, he would do it, but it's not the case. McGirth is at 893. Waffles coming from the south, moving in.
Oh, Doberman, he just walked straight out into the open, taking so much damage to get the killing blow. Was it worth it? Maybe. He's at 441.
We don't know yet. We don't know yet. 441 on that IS3. Call Me Sarge coming around the corner trying to get a shot on Doberman in the 416. Thybane pushing through the wall. Gets a side shot on Doberman. 31 HP left in the IS3, but Scully and Primus in the 5100 are moving in for the cleanup. They see the Object 416. They go for the fire. Object 416 pushes in against the IS3. He gets killed. Thybane in the IS3 himself moving around the corner. Sees the 5100s, tries to get a shot on him. He gets one. Traded fire. Looks like it was a bounce off Thybane.
Thybane does have some great destructible cover to use. Artie takes skill and Smokey trying to join the fight, but we have a 4v3 as far as tier 8s, but T1 advantage going to Wreak Havok. They can still try and cap this one out if they can draw the attention of these 4 tier 8s. But I don't see Bryant 21. Where is he? Is he going to be able to go back and stop?
He's in the center, but he's staying in the firefight. It looks like Schoolie in the 5100 is going to be going up. He does have less HP, but maybe not as much of a damage output. So Bryant 21 is going to keep the damage coming out of the 416.
Thybane goes around to finish off Megarth. A shot from Megarth does do a little bit, but Thybane is able to take him down. Now it's evened up. 3 tier 8s versus 3 tier 8s.
Schoolie misses the T1. He's going to have to go for ram damage again. Too Good is able to dodge him with the jukes. Another ram damage here. And some damage coming out from the T1 to the side of the 5100. He's forcing Schoolie to take the shot. Schoolie does not want to because the reload will take a long time. He's backing up and doing shots again. He finally just takes a shot, taking way too long.
But Artie takes skill, goes down in the meantime, and now Bryant is taken down. This is a 2 5100s versus 2 IS3s. But Thybane is at 331 hit points. We've got Schoolie trying to get back into this fight. He is all the way in C5, trying to get here. Primus running away. He must be on reload. One shot into him, goes down to 688. And now Schoolie is not spotted. Smokey is going to have to cross into the open. 5100, is he ready with a shot? No, I don't see Schoolie at all. And Schoolie is not ready to help defend Primus. Primus still slipping away.
Well, there's plenty of time, 5 minutes and 7 seconds on the clock as Smokey is telling the blue team only you can prevent forest fire. As Thybane moving out across from the other side of the building is going to see Schoolie in the 5100. 5100 takes a shot though on the side, and he tries to cruise in for that one shot against the IS3, but can he do it?
Schoolie is now a one-shot. Thybane is just a hair too healthy to finish off with a single shot. Schoolie is able to get off one. He gets, oh, another shot coming in from Primus. Another shot down to 603. This is really hurting these IS-3s. Can they make it happen? Divane goes around on Schoolie. He wants to, and he can take a hit. It might be worth it.
Needs to do some HP sharing here.
Hesitation. Smokey goes
so
around.
Much. Smokey takes a shot. 5100 could clean it up. 2 against 1. Coming around the corner is Primus. Landing 1 hit. 41. Does he go for the ram damage? No. He backs up, waits for the other hit. He gets 1. 282 against 317 for the 5100 against Smokey. But Smokey gets the shot and the kill. Wreak Havok takes another battle away from Simplistic. So let's jump into battle number 3, guys. Pro Heroica once again. Go ahead and detail the tanks.
Yeah, just to remind you guys, T32, Object 416, T69, 2 1390s for the side of Simplistic. Wreak Havok takes a T32, T69, and 3 1390s. I really want to look at these opening runs. Go ahead and jump on like Whiskey Dot or somebody.
That's right, man.
We can make sure this opening move tells so much to each team. Now, if Simplistic knows that there's actually a bit of a west side move from Wreak Havok, they can adjust to that early on and avoid any kind of mistakes that they'd otherwise be making. On the other hand, Wreak Havok can get some nice scouting. Call Me Sarge makes a very west side loop, only spotting Whiskey Dot, nothing else. And it was actually not a very deep scout run as well. And looking for any of the other 1390s, they aren't actually present.
Ooh, 69 already takes skill, is able to shoot Whiskey Dot twice. 627 1100. Another
aggressive.
shot misses though.
Very aggressive.
That's very aggressive and very fortunate for Wreak Havok there. Good HP trade. 627 down for 0 on this side of Wreak
Reminiscent
Havok.
of what you were talking about, the highly aggressive early game. Used to just bring 1390s, book them across, start a fight, and win in the brawl.
Yep.
T69's coming in with some support. That's a great way to play this. You can really get an early lead, especially if they only put 1 tank out there. Oh wow, early spotting on Tevix. Tevix is lit in the T1 Cunningham. He may go down, but he dips, ducks, dives, and dodges to try and get away. He may escape yet, because it doesn't look... Oh, no, 1390's coming in with him. If someone goes for Tevix now...
Oh, Call Me Sarge takes a hit. Can another one land? No, he'll go down to the dipping sauce of the hills and valleys here. Oh, man, I'm hungry. Psy Armor takes a shot, 1238 at 1515, his T32. And already takes skill, tries to fire again, and that one goes into McGirth, it looks like, in the T69 from far away.
Oh, wow, he actually hit McGirth?
Yeah.
Hey, they don't even see McGirth. They only see Primus.
Wow.
That actually missed, I think. And he was aiming for Primus and hit the wrong tank.
Well, yeah.
Wow, and a huge west side movement. I like this out of Wreak Havok. This is a very proper early move after not seeing anything going to the east and getting that early damage lead. They take the southwest portion of the map, and they're going to start trying to bully around Simplistic. Simplistic, though, sending Waffles to the north. He is spotted. He might 1v1 too good. No, it just looks like he might have been he just spotted. Was too good spotted, though.
McGirth in the T69. Still cruising away here. On the other side of the railroad tracks. Now he's going to be pushing up. Nope. Another shot coming out from far away. Psy Armor. More of a warning shot coming across the railroad tracks.
Psy Armor's a little beat up, though. You got a lot of damage spread around on Wreak Havok players. You could see some, although because Whiskey Dot, the main scout right now, is damaged now. Wow, Speed Weaponry made his way into the north. When did that happen? He's going to go and try to find Too Good, not going to be able to get out. And a little damage onto Speed Weaponry as he is able to slip into a defilade, maybe able to escape some damage.
That is the first blood on the field, as that T1 did fall eyes and ears. Now half for the T1s. But 6 minutes and 47 seconds. 2 wins on battle number 3. Wreak Havok is still in a good place.
Speed Weaponry is able to actually make it up and over without taking any hits. I'm amazed. Call Me Sarge was looking straight at him. And I guess he was distracted because I think Call Me Sarge is now the main battle caller. It was actually before, I think it was Callus helped out. And, who else was? He's not on the team anymore, but Call Me Sarge taking up the reins as the main battle caller all the time for Wreak Havok. Must have been distracted trying to call something out.
Maybe.
It happens. Like when you're the battle caller, it's so hard to run a tier 8.
That's why Mac G does so well when he dies. He's not distracted anymore.
He gets to just sit over the shoulder of everyone else. That's why probably he sacks himself, just so he can micro everyone so well.
Waffles in the T1 along with Bryant 21 and the 416 are up to the north side. Don't see anything yet. Next to the flag, no committal, no No committal. No commitment.
Non-committal?
Non-committal. Non-committal relationship. No commitment happening out of these two tanks yet past the railroad tracks, but Bryant is going to straddle it just a bit here, and he will see the T-32 from far away. Fires a shot, but Bryant takes 2 hits to the front. He backs away.
More than 2 hits. That is a mountain of damage. He's down to 482, and those were 1390s getting to line up those shots. Bryant does he not have 6th Sense on his tank? He just took us so much damage. That's going to hurt later on, because now you have Whiskey Dot at about half health, Bryant less than half health, but Wreak Havok guys, although damaged, are not nearly in that position. They're still healthy enough to join a fight.
Magic 416 will be cruising down to the south here in a little bit. Sees the 1390 speed weaponry. A little high five from both of them. The speed weaponry is going to go up to the top, tag teaming it out. Bryant in the lower HP is going to move to the middle, or maybe all the way to the south to go on more of a defense side. But it's not going to be necessary because the spread coming out from Wreak Havok has only one tank that's crossed the midland, and that's one of the T1s, I believe.
Well, Primus is across the tracks, so is now speed weaponry. I love this, what I'm seeing. A T1. Waffles is even going to come on over. He is spotted, though. He may go down. Shots may come out. Waffles playing it risky.
Shots are being fired, and he falls. 115 damage. Boom. Instantaneously. There's no pain. No pain to the death. That's what we tell his family.
Poor Waffles.
Brian 21. Me too, man. Brian 21, Object 416. Still low HP. Sees the T-32 from far away. No shots are ringing out from any of these teams yet, guys. Trying to set up a good detection with any of these tanks to move in and land something. Psi Armor is the weakest one on the side of Wreak Havok. And Simplistic is down a man.
Does Simplistic have anybody in the south right now, Clutch?
No, they do not. Well, they actually, yes, they do. They have Art of War all the way
Art
to
of
the
War.
south.
When if Art of War spots at 1390 here, we could see a huge push out of Simplistic because we have actually large south move at T69's in the bowl, and 1390's Whiskey Dot down to 164.
Super low, but he's trying to get close to the ridge.
These 1390s don't care now. They're just going to go in. It's worth it to get the kill. Whiskey Dot is in a really dark place. Smokey takes 1 hit, may take another one. 1390 behind him. Thybane is at 866. They're slightly damaged. Where's Whiskey Dot? And they will actually stop on the backside of this hill. McGirth is ready to punish these guys. And oh, wow. Art of War opens fire on the 1390s and just starts booking it. And they line up the shot. Smokey taking it.
Art of War dies. McGirth did take a hit right before that. Speed weaponry takes down Psi Armor in that T-32. There's 1 damage, or 2 kills on the side of Simplistic, the T1 and the T-32. Prime Moose now heading down to the south and his T-32. Sees a T-69. Aims, but not ready yet.
He can bully him out of this position right now. Just the T-32 and hold down, just able to completely annihilate. Call Me Sarge is going to go up and over, it looks like, but speed weaponry should be waiting. Yes, and Bryant 21 also more hits onto Call Me Sarge, down to 353. And Primus puts a shot into Artie takes skill. Artie takes skill, goes in. Thybane is now 1v1ing. Speed weaponry takes down Call Me Sarge. Thybane down to 294. He is in the just right in the enemy zone, and he will go down as well. Now Smokey is the only tier 8 left. Tevix also a T1 left somewhere on the other side of the map. Just throwing this away. Wreak Havok.
And 1 left alive. They can still do damage at 1390. Simplistic still in the fight. They were up against the ropes. They're going to put a score on the board here. Smokey 258 falls. Blue base under attack. Tevix trying to do something here with his T1, but it's not going to be enough. Minute and 28 seconds compared to 5 tanks, all tier 8s. He's going to get killed or they're going to cap. Whichever comes first, it'll still be a victory for Simplistic, and he blows up. And there we go. Simplistic gets a point on the board.
Got a real match, Clutch.
I know, it's good, man. I'm glad it's not a 3-0. But
these are probably the 2 best teams of today that we could expect.
It's just tough to say goodbye to either one of the qualifiers.
It'll be okay, Clutch.
I know. Looking at the T-32, Prime Moose, 9 for 15. Couple of shots missed, but that was some long-distance firing. 2,469 damage. Bryant, 21, 4 for 6. And McGirth, the T-69, 5 for 11. So this long-range firefights was
you spam a lot. You just spam a lot of shells out there trying to get some hits, and it's hard to get the hits because everyone's in hull down. So you can't really expect to get the connections. Just to get the connection, it's hard enough. Then you have to hit a spot that actually penetrates.
Did you know Spam-A-Lot was the name of the musical based on Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Yeah.
Did you ever see it?
Yeah.
You did?
I've seen a lot of Monty Python stuff, but it's been I think the last thing I saw was Flying Circus. It's been a while though for that one.
So you've seen the Holy Grail?
Yeah, of course.
But did you see the musical on Broadway?
Oh, I didn't see
That's
it on
what I
Broadway.
asked, okay.
But I've seen that, and then I think I think I might have seen clips.
Okay.
I think that's what I've seen.
I mean, I saw little clips as well. I never saw it on stage. I know Hank Azaria was in it in the opening.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was the music was cool. It was fun. But the reason when you said spam a lot, my brain went bing. Wait, I remember that musical.
So good.
I'm a musical kind of guy, guys. My background. The Himmelsdorf's going to be the next map. We're going to have about 90 seconds until these guys are ready. And since Simplistic put a point on the board, Wreak Havok is going to have to play something fierce, I feel, on this map. Simplistic the same way, since we do have a firefight going on between the two. Not a 3-0 shutout. Wreak Havok, though, still one battle away.
It's Himmelsdorf clutch.
I know. I'm thinking a courtyard play again for these two teams.
Yeah, but they're probably going to seat. It looks like they seat Whiskey Dot. So Whiskey Dot is really only a light tank player. I know Whiskey. He loves light tanks. It's all he does. He hyper focuses on that so much. He just only plays lights.
So they're going to bring in speed weaponry?
It looks like. Let me look at the chat to see who they're bringing in. Whiskey and Speed down. Schoolie and Dobie are up.
Okay. Doberman and Schoolie are up then. IS3 playing 5100 is coming out of those guys for sure, as we're going to see here in Himmelsdorf. Hill play was used earlier on, as we saw in the first series for this this qualifier, but we saw a reverse Western play coming out of that. Those teams were playing very defensive from what we saw earlier on. That was Gong Fu versus Nomen. How do you pronounce their name? It was Namenlos, which is German for nameless, and they were a Brazilian team.
Yes.
I remember that. Okay.
There you go.
Well, here we go, guys. Battle number 4 in Himmelsdorf. Simplistic versus Wreak Havok. Let's jump into the game.
It's really easy lineups from both of them. Identical. Both sides. 2 5100s and 3 IS3s. A little bit different on the loadouts here, but not a huge difference. Just some wet ammo racks to spread in there, sprinkled in. Everyone else, though, running optimal damage output. And I'm waiting to see what these opening moves will be. My guess is a west side. West side for Wreak Havok.
West side from Wreak Havok's a call from Rookhill. I'm going to say yes, I will agree with you. He's like,
I'm just like trying to cover my screen.
Randall put his hands over the screen, not trying to.
I'm like, hey, you can't cheat.
That's right.
The way they turn indicates everything.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at what Simplistic's doing here. This might be a push up the tank alley. Well, no, it looks like some of them are going hill play. Primus Doberman. That's right. Primus and Doberman are going to be heading towards the hill. Yes, it looks like there will be some other tanks going up the alley side. That's McGirth, and Bryant 21's going to hang down the golf line along McGirth to help them in case he's in some trouble. McGirth going for the reversing.
Always have a battle buddy, you know?
That's right. Very important.
Those IS3s will be able to lock it down on the northwest side of the map. Wreak Havok has the northwest lockdown. They do this all the time. You saw it against Fulcrum Gaming. They're going to be able to do it again here. They've got a tank in a nice baiting position that is Smokey. Smokey is kind of cut off, but if Wreak Havok react quickly to any kind of focus onto Smokey, they can make a contraflank out of that, which would work fantastically in the favor of Wreak Havok.
The west is so open right now in favor of Wreak Havok. They can continue to push to the south. East is completely covered by Simplistic. We have 2 IS-3 tanks, 2 heavy tanks ready to shut down anything moving down that tank alley. That's that 8 line, but nothing is in sights for these 2 tanks. That 7 line is completely open for them as well. They could decide to push, and if they did, and if they didn't see anything, they could lock down a really good flank across that D line, but that would be a little bit of an overexposure for those 2 tanks. As we go ahead and jump over to Prime Moose, he is staying back behind Doberman in the IS-3 in the 5100. And Art of War will be up to, or excuse me, down to the west side, and he'll spot the 5100 by Waffles.
Art of War is also spotted as Tevix is going to try and close the distance. Might have a little T1 v T1 fight here, or maybe not, because then you have battle buddies up to the north. They might take it back. Tevix, though, looks like he wants to close the distance. I mean, that T1 advantage will be huge if they can actually get it. Art of War trying to run away. He is spotted, tucks away. Tevix not able to get that fight going. Art of War backs out, now has the advantage, and shoots under the train car. Able to deal enough damage, taking him down to 44 hit points. But Commissar just coming on in. to punish Art of War for shooting his little battle buddy. And yes. Oh, Art of War even ducks into a little cubby, and Call Me Sarge gets the kill.
Ammo racked. Waffles on the hill notices nothing. He goes for the full northern commitment, and around the corner he's going to try to spot as much as he can for his team. And the lack of information is still information, or the lack of sighting, I should say, is still information, since he will know where tanks are not, therefore deducing where the tanks are going to be. McGirth, along with B1 Doberman, still down that G line. See one of the heavy tanks around the corner. McGirth not deciding to head to the corner himself, but staying further behind the rubble as he anticipates any type of play coming from the courtyard. Doberman takes it.
Tries to move in for that flank, but I feel like he's getting himself out of position. He's taken a hit already. He has to continue forward. He's already dedicated to this. He does not get spotted again. Smokey turning around to try and get a shot on him. Doberman spotted again. More shots will come out. No connection with Doberman. He will reply onto Psy Armor, taking him down a little ways. Megarth coming in to help him out. And now Cap has begun. Actually, wait, where'd it go? I thought that was Cap.
The Waffles, the T1 was on Cap for a second, but now he's cruising over to the west, trying to spot for the rest of his team what is further to the north on that side. Bane is further to the north, and he's the only one seen. He gets hit from two sides, down to 710 and a 1500.
Wow, Waffles will go down to Psy Armor, and actually a fight further to the south. That will see Schoolie killed to Artie Takes Skill. Artie Takes Skill will be finished off probably by Primus in just a moment as IS-3s continue to square off. Artie Takes Skill, it does get taken down, and Vibane looks to be waiting for Megarth and B1 Doberman to push. Primus taken down to 960 and trading with Call Me Sarge.
Call Me Sarge and Primus will continue that trade, but further to the north we have McGirth and B1 Doberman. B1 Doberman down at 320. Smokey trying to land the last shot. McGirth moves into the IS-3 to get behind Smokey and try to get some better penetration on the rear of the armor of Smokey. 247. And he falls. Bryant, 21, is able to take him down, but Thybane gets the kill for the remaining IS-3 that was in the firefight. Bryant, 21, full health. Now charging up against Call Me Sarge. Blue base under attack. Red team trying to hold the line here. 20 seconds left, and Bryant, 21, has 1,500 hit points. He is looking good to stop this flag cap along with his friend Primus in the 5,100.
All right, who's going on back? Got to get on this T1. Two good Teviks right up against the Chapel. 7-6. Primus coming on in. Can he get the ram? 4-3. He gets one ram. 26-second reset. Huge for this battle. Finishes off Teviks. Now he will go for two good, but a fight elsewhere is happening. Thybane is on Megarth along with Psy Armor to help him out. Psy Armor is reloaded. Megarth will go down, and he will not get one final shot off. Bryant, 21, is still at full health, though.
He is at full health, and that is going to be huge against this IS-3 and 5,100. Nice shot into the side of Psy Armor. Psy Armor going for the flank around the corner, as Primus is the other one left alive. This is a 2-on-2, but the HP value is definitely in favor of Simplistic for Bryant. 21. Nice shot from Bryant. Now it's a 2-on-1. Psy Armor in the 5,100 is going to see Primus. He's going to see Bryant. Bryant coming from the other side. Tries a turret break for Primus. Shot's going to fire from Bryant in a matter of seconds, and he gets the kill. Simplistic is able to tie it up, taking us to the next battle. Nice play by him. Battle number 4. Now it's going to take all 5 to determine who will be the victor. Now there can be a draw scenario. If that happens, it means we will go into a shootout. But that's not the case so far. Tied up 2-2. Bryant, 21, 6 for 7 at his IS-3. McGirth, 4 for 6. And then Primus, 6 for 7. So the damage spread was pretty even over the tier 8s except for B1 Doberman, but the kills were for Bryant and Primus. They were the ones able to lock in those final shots to get the kills against their enemy. And yeah, well played by them.
And Bryant didn't even take a hit the whole time. How he avoided taking damage, I think, probably could have put himself in the way of the line of fire, improved that advantage they had. But him staying at full health towards the end really helps against 5,100 because, I mean, you can absorb all of those shells. And the Trolley IS-3 armor, just beautiful. Able to absorb a few shots here and there. He only had to bounce once that whole time. He only took one real bounce on his tank.
That's right, for 390 potential damage.
It's from an IS-3, of course.
That's right. Well, nice bounce by him. So we have to wait and find out what the final map is for this best of 5 series. Could be Himmelsdorf again.
I'm looking at the chat here to see what they asked the admin. They're just talking about the struggle bus right now. Struggle bus coming on back.
Struggle bus coming in hot here, showing up and blowing up.
Oh, we got a Mines Call clutch.
Great. I like this map. It's my favorite map. It was pretty one-sided domination-wise, but before with those T32s just not performing well at all. They may have no cons, but if you go out against 3 tanks trying to kill you, it's not going to be very effective, guys, no matter how many no cons you have. But mine's going to be the decider for maps here for this best of 5 series.
Yeah, and actually, Sarge called mines north, which is very strange to me because whenever I think of Wreak Havok and mines, I think they'd prefer the south side. Call Me Sarge is very familiar with a mines defense. I think that he'd have a layout that is incredibly strong, very difficult to break, and although that could send it to a draw. And in that mindset, it could send it to a draw, so they maybe pick mines north for some reason. But I think Wreak Havok, I would have thought Wreak Havok would have more experience on that side.
Possibly. But the north side could be some sort of surprise, as we talked about earlier.
Maybe a one-line water push kind of thing?
I would actually like to see that, but if they do bring the T-32s, you have to put 1 or 2 of them in the center area. Because the flank fire that can happen from the south across the way over to the water side, even if it's lighthouse or island, is a little bit too much to stop, especially if 1 or 2 land very well, or if you get a tracking shot and the T-32s are not there to move in. If all those turrets are facing that way, GG.
And you have to put the T-32s underneath the hill.
Yep.
They're completely cut off from a one-line push. The battle has just begun. We're gonna head into mines for possibly the final battle of this series.
And here we go. 20 seconds left on the countdown. Wreak Havok versus Simplistic.
And we have 2 5100s, 2 T-32s, and a 1390 for the side of Simplistic. Very odd. A T-32, a T-69, and 3 1390s mobility going to Wreak Havok here.
Well, that mobility, again, could really come in handy when trying to circle around the mine itself to get a better flank or a couple turret breaks happening. Let's see what Simplistic brings from the south side here.
Well, it looks like I called it. One-line water push coming out. Smokey, Thybane, and Call Me Sarge all doing that. Looks like Artie Takes Skill will be supporting them, and they might just send Psy Armor slightly to the east. He's going to take up a C4 position, being held down there. Looks like Ping's going out to direct him in that position. Yeah,
oh, Schoolie is so open to fire him the 1390s, but so are they.
5 seconds to the point where these 1390s are reloaded.
Oh, all 3 of them are going to be on the island side. 1-shot fires, and another one is going to be coming from the lighthouse. Nothing whatsoever. The 5100s are now, in a way, forced to stay near the hill, near the mines itself.
Well, they have the high ground advantage now. It's just Thybane, Call Me Sarge do have the advantage of camo at a distance, so they can possibly spot out their opponent earlier. Primus taking hits from Smokey, gets a second, setting him on fire even, but Primus has an automatic fire extinguisher. Smokey trying to put out even more. Looks like he hits Megarth for 1, and even more and more shots coming out. Someone is taking ticks of damage.
Smokey tries to land another hit, but that's a bounce off of Primus's back of the tank. McGirth took some hits in his T-32, but now they're pushing up. And Primus takes another shot from Psy Armor in his T-32, and Artie Takes Skill, and the T-69 is moving further to the north to stop this push from Simplistic. The only way to go is forward for Simplistic. They're going, and the 5100s trying to lead the charge after the T-32s. T-32 takes another hit. Primus is now isolated.
Megarth taking a combo of hits. Megarth will go down. There he goes. T-69 taking him down. 5100 Schoolie comes in, and he will be able to finish off this T-32, but he needs to make these connections sooner. There we go. T-32 goes down. Too good. Actually putting shots onto Waffles right now, and looks like Thybane actually taking a high ground advantage against this position, putting great damage on.
Bryant in the 5100 moves back, but has his turret pointed to the south. Smokey takes a hit. Too good. Wins the T1 battle against Waffles, and he's going to be all the way to the north side in the defensive play. Whiskey Dodd takes down Smokey, and Thybane takes down Primus. Shots being traded back and forth between these two teams.
He also may be able to finish off Bryant, but a shot hits dirt instead of tank. Thybane looks to be reloading now. Artie Takes Skill should be loaded soon. And Call Me Sarge is kind of searching for Whiskey Dodd. Whiskey Dodd came off the hill. Bryant actually coming down the hill, and now Whiskey is spotted. Artie Takes Skill will be able to line up shots against him. Well, Thybane's going to have such a good position now. He's going to have a high ground on Schoolie and Bryant. There's going to be a huge turret break. complete opposite sides. You got Thybane on one side, already takes skill on the other. Brian down to 135. Schoolie blocks the shot, and Thybane doesn't look to be spotted yet. He's going to have a free shot once he gets reloaded. Wreak Havok is in such a great position right now. They're going to waste these 5100s, and there they go, Thybane with a double kill.
Amazing play coming out from Wreak Havok, moving out into the great position to stop this push. Again, forcing them to move forward and then adjusting accordingly to get those shots from the north. Call Me Sarge is able to clean up. Art of War, the only one left alive in the T1, is running away in the water. Now he is stopped and already takes skill, lines up the shot, fires, and Wreak Havok will be moving on into the qualifiers, and we have to say goodbye to Simplistic.
Until next time.
Until next time. Well, Wreak Havok deserves to move on. They performed very well even after tying up, or Simplistic tying up in the series, taking us to game number 5. A very good series between these two teams. I really like the play coming out of Wreak Havok on mines. You called it Rookhill, and the T-32s that were still there pulled back when the push came from Simplistic, allowing him to stay alive longer. And that was Sight Armor. He stayed alive longer and forced Simplistic to move around the curve, and they took more shots because of that. They got punished because of that.
Just, I want to take a look at then those crucial bounces that happened, because the thing is, if you see more connections out of these tanks, T-32 Primus gets 2 for 2, but Megarth only getting to fire 1 shot before getting completely wasted. I don't think that's worth it. The T-32 just got completely owned. Not much to say about that, but great job by Wreak Havok. 1390s in the south. I think, what was the 1390? It was Smokey in getting very early damage, that nice early lead as tanks just pushed across middle, getting spotted. Wreak Havok looks much better than what I saw last qualifier.
They do. This is definitely a team to look out for qualifier number 2 in Season 3. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the final match of the night, it is Oogie's Boogers, OB for short, versus Blue Turret. Stay tuned. This is the WGLNA Gold League. Everybody, welcome back to the WGLNA Gold League, where people are competing for real money, for big checks, $50,000 for the first place prize out of a $100,000 prize pool. This is Season 3, the qualifier, so some of the matches you saw tonight were pretty good. Some of them were okay. They were sufficient. But we want to give as many chances as we can to teams to register and participate. I want to review with you guys one more time how it all works. Randall, you've been competing for a long time. You've participated in a lot of different tournaments. So how tough is it to break into the scene, would you say?
Not at all. Not at all hard. You sign up with your buddies. If you guys can have some good teamwork, practice hard, you can get into the scene. I mean, at the highest level, you have to work hard and you have to be skilled, but you can get into competitive World of Tanks. I mean, the Open League.
That's right. That's right.
There for everyone.
Let's talk about the Open League. So registration begins on December 3rd, 2014. Rosters must be submitted for approval by December 15th, 2013, which is just around the corner, guys. The qualifier rounds begin Monday, December 16th at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 9:30 p.m. on the East Coast. The Open League Winter 2014 rounds will occur every Monday and Friday. So if you want to participate in this league, make sure to mark your calendars and have your evenings free Monday and Friday from 6:30 to 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Eastern Time, that's 9:30 to 11:30, beginning December 30th. Other than Gold League qualifiers, which you're watching this week, the only way into Gold League is to work your way up from Open League through Bronze and Silver. Go to worldoftanks.com, click on Tournaments, then click on the Tournaments tab next to News, then scroll down to Open Qualifiers and click to participate. All right. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. And I've just been told that our night's over. Looks like we will not be having our final match tonight, unfortunately.
That makes me sad.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear Clutch have to say Oogie's Boogers.
Oogie's Boogers. Well, Oogie's Boogers and Blue Turret will not be happening tonight. But let's go ahead and close out the show. Again, we thank everyone for watching and remind you that we're going to continue through the qualifiers this week. Every day at 5 o'clock, we're going to have 5 matches, hopefully. And then we'll have our finals on Sunday. And that'll determine who's going to be joining us in the last slot for Season 3 group play. As a reminder, as you saw many times in that commercial, that January 2nd will be the first day of group play. And it's going to be 3 weeks of intense World of Tanks action, all culminating in a finals happening in February. More details to follow after that. So make sure to join us tomorrow night at 5 o'clock Pacific time. And if you want to sign up for the open season, do so. You have until December 15th. Anything else you'd like to add, Randall?
Thanks, guys, for showing up. I'm glad you guys could stick through this chat. You are wonderful as always.
Well, it's great to be back here in the United States. And I've been learning Korean, so my English is starting to suffer right now. I have to search for words sometimes. But make sure to follow us on Twitter. I'm at Clutch08. He's Rookhill2Use. And also the league itself at WGLNA, Facebook.com/WGLNA. And to catch the VODs and the segments that we have, and for more information about the league, make sure to go to WGLNA.com. Also, a huge thank you to our sponsors, Azo Monitors, now available at Amazon.com, Kingston, Alienware, and Razer. On behalf of everyone here at WGLNA and Hero Level Productions, good night, good game.